Nice aimbot. Welcome, viewers. This is Winch here. The rage is real. Welcome. Hope you enjoyed that opening montage. I mean, that's Battlefield's finest. Naval combats, dogfights taking place in the air right above your head that you don't even know about until the fuselage is raining down on your head. The quad combat, the knifing, the close quarters, I mean, the weapons. I mean, this game, I played it 2 hours straight yesterday, and this had a blast. It's so going to be in a polished game again. But let's get back to weapon reviews. I want to talk about this weapon, the SR338 Recon specific semi-automatic sniper rifle. This is a game changer. Post-patch, this weapon's still a monster. I thought it was decent before the patch. It's even better now. 50 damage up to 17 meters. So that's potentially a one-shot kill in those situations, which I'll demonstrate right here with the headshot multiplier. And also note the aim down sight spread is 0 if you're standing still. This is this is an aggressive sniper recon player dream right here. If you're like me, I am not one of these guys that can sit back across the map and line up that perfect 1,000 meter shot with the high magnification zoom scope. Or I'm not one of these guys that can quick scope and run on the fly. I can't do those bolt action stuff. So if you're like me with this maybe lackluster aim, the ability to have this kind of huge firepower at your disposal, and with 11 rounds and that kind of damage model with close quarters, really allows you to get in the thick of combat. And I'm going to demonstrate here throughout this gameplay situations where I'm right up in the thick of it, going against guys with much better CQB type weapons and putting them down using strategy and my loadout, and also helping my team. I'm also, going out and taking out armor with C4. You'll see that later on in the gameplay. Being a force to be reckoned with, I'm going MVP as a recon, which is not really the easiest class to do that with, to get the highest score out of everybody. A nice RPG. Ooh, look at the rooftop camp in his back. But right here, this is classic. This classic example of what this weapon's capable of doing. I'm going up here. I typically don't recommend you loitering in an area this long. I think I dropped about 5 guys here, and I overstayed my welcome. But I kind of grinned at the end of this kill when the guy changed his loadout to match mine. That's one thing I've always said in Battlefield 4. If somebody changes their loadout to mirror yours, you're doing something right. And this is a weapon you typically don't kill by, and I know a lot of these people are like, what the hell? Did that guy kill me with an SR338? This is not a bad gun. A lot of people just kind of get the mentality. The meta, that's the word that people love to use in Destiny right now. What's the meta? What's the best gun? I need the biggest crutch in the game, where it can just get me the best kills and the easiest, it drives me crazy. I love to, I've always loved to, I mean, there's so many guns in Battlefield. Why would you want to stick to just one, one type of gun or in one particular class? I mean, there's like 80 plus weapons in this game. And granted, a lot of them kind of use the same models and skins and maybe are similar fire patterns, but there it is. Yeah, that's right. Switch that gun, buddy. I think this clip right here just encapsulates what this loadout's all about. It's being up in the thick, attacking the positions, using your sidearm. Which, I mean, is there a better sidearm in this game? There cannot be a better sidearm in this game than G18. I mean, that's one difference I will make, is the meta for your sidearm. You should be using that one sidearm to G18. I mean, this thing, full auto Glock, is absolutely unstoppable in it. You really got to have something to complement the lackluster. I mean, it's not that this weapon cannot perform in close quarters, but you certainly want to supplement the lackluster performance of this weapon. It's not something you want to be in. I'm not saying take this thing in close quarters all the time. I'm saying when you find yourself in those predicaments, it can get you out of sticky situations, as I'll demonstrate right here. 2 guys point blank. Typically not a good place to be, but I just had to be. But on these guys, got some suppression on them. Dropped 2 guys with the SR338. Again, the G18, I'm going to pull this out here many times. Anytime I feel like a guy's going to be ramboing in there or, charging me, I'm going to pull that thing out, throwing out my, what's X Factor call these things? Pokemon balls. Essentially the motion sensor ball, the mobile sensor. Again, complementing the loadout, using the loadout strengths to your advantage here. Pulling back tactically. I'm not going to just shoot here willy-nilly. I'm surrounded. I'm outgunned. I got to time my shots critically and think about when I'm going to fire my gun. I only fire my gun when I'm confident I'm going to drop that target and win that engagement, and then I'm going to pull back, reassess, and keep watching the minimap here, looking for flanking opportunities, keeping my situational awareness. Again, this is why I love this game, guys. I know I preach this stuff all the time in my previous videos, but I mean, there's so many games out there right now I just can't seem to get a footing on or just hold my attention with. I tried Rainbow Six Siege or whatever it's called. It's just not for me. It's way too campy, way too tactical, too boring. I got to be in the thick of the action. I got to see explosions. I got to have a respawn ability. That game's not for me. If you guys love it, keep on playing it, but it's just not going to be on my channel. I'll probably end up deleting it here. It's just not for me. Again, taking fire from an elevated position here. See, I'm using these boxes, wedging myself in between here, pulling back, shaking off suppression, again, watching the minimap. I know these guys are running around here trying to recapture his position. I love this game mode. Conquest Small is just a perfect size map and player count, particularly on console. I think it's just, you know, the 32 player map is just perfect for the experience, and I apologize. I mean, I feel a little sympathetic towards PC players out there. I don't think their player counts really warrant server populations in these map game mode types, whereas in console, don't really ever have any problem finding, you know, after many years here launching, populated server counts of just about any game mode I want to play. Obliteration, you know how much I love that game mode. Again, here, I thought this guy, I was trying to outplay him, and I really couldn't hear his footsteps right behind me. I think he was crouch walking. Really well played. Flanked completely around behind me, and I should have been looking back there because I, you know, figured he'd be in front of me by that time. But just a good example. That's a mind game. That's the mind freak right there of how this game plays out. I mean, you're always trying to, you know, analyze good players, and all the players in this game right now are really good. They know how to play the game. They're veterans, seasoned veterans. You saw that guy shoot me a comment earlier in the video, calling me, accusing me of aim. What is an aimbot, by the way? Is that even possible to get on PlayStation? I don't even think you can do that, because how do you hack the PlayStation system and get an aimbot in? I mean, I don't even think that's possible. Now, maybe on PC it is, but I just crack up with the accusations out there. People still think that you can hack, you know, this PlayStation system and somehow get some kind of edge in there tactically. But you know, I just appreciate the veterans out there and just the capability of your average player. And this guy was just tearing me a new one early in that game mode. In montage, you saw him knife me too. I ended up getting the better of him later on. But again, here, look at these shots right here. I mean, this constant spammability, this weapon, that's one thing that I noticed has changed so much since I've come back to this game, and with the DMR type weapons, semi-automatic weapons, is just, you can really spam these and get your, and every shot counts. The hit detection's so tight in this game now. It's so much better than ever has been. Arguably one of the best first-person shooters out there right now. I mean, in my opinion, the best. Hit detection, registration, the tick rate on these servers has been ramped up quite a bit. I mean, it's only taken them years to do it, but I mean, this is a complex game, guys. I mean, I'm not here to talk about the nuances of the history of the game. If you're not playing it right now, if you got away from Battlefield, this game's cheap. You really should come back to it to at least see just how far this game has come. Reinstall it, and try it one more time. Again, positioning myself. Whenever I see multiple enemies, I'm going to pull back, take cover, reassess, peek the corner. You know, try to taper my engagements. I don't want to just fight 3 guys at once straight in front of me. You're not going to win every fight like that. Again, want to take fire, try to reassess, find out where that fire is coming from, try to spot that person, and then I'm going to use my weapon strength to my advantage. And I don't know why. Never lay down prone when you're taking fire out in the middle of the map, guys. That's noob 101 right there. I think there are still some new players out here, but I see that on occasion. It's a classic example of what not to do. Anytime you're taking fire, never lay down prone in the middle of the field until you're behind cover or something like that. Again, here you can just see the spamability. The moment you get a headshot with this gun, it's like all over. It's very easy to do. And I also encourage using a higher magnification scope. Right now I just got my standard holographic sight, but I do switch throughout this gameplay back to the ACOG scope, which is something I really do enjoy on all my weapons, especially the LMGs. So I'm absolutely loving this weapon. I mean, like I said, I played 2 hours straight. Excuse me. Whoa, hello. That was breakfast. I played 2 hours straight yesterday with this loadout, and it was just fun to play Recon. I only have like 8 service stars with this class. It's a class I don't play that much, but I really like the ability of, you know, spotting, using the tugs. It really helps people with infantry combat whenever you're trying to, particularly in like Conquest Small here, take these isolated positions. Having a recon is just crucial. Recon class is crucial to securing these positions, because I mean these enemies are rolling in here on rib boats, everything else. I mean it's just kind of the position near their spawn. So with just 3 flags to capture, having 3 recons on those flags is a game changer, and also you can pull out the respawn beacons and such like that. Flood zone here, map just notoriously known for you know, recons. These are the recons I don't like to play as. I love to sit on top of roofs and just snipe at you all match. Never play the objective. You know, it's kind of frustrating. I mean, this team right now has got a triple capture going on. They just got obliterated. They're not trying to take positions. You see this on occasion with experienced players that just don't want to play the objective. That's not how I like to play, but I do like to counter snipe these guys and take advantage of their predictability on the battlefield. And just get an angle on them. You're such a vulnerable position. I never understood that mentality. Let's get on top of a roof and snipe. You are exposed to fire 360 degrees from below you. There's no way you could possibly cover any of those angles all at once. And so the moment you pop up over that roof, you are just bait. I mean, you're basically bait to anybody that has a gun and wants to shoot at you. And it's very easy for somebody like me with this high-powered DMR type weapon to put down any sniper that's foolish enough to stick their head over the edge of a balcony, especially when I know when they're going to do it. It's very predictable. They can't sit up there forever. They have to eventually take a shot, and that's when they'll meet their demise. You got to think on the fly in this game. The moment you expose yourself to fire, you got to be ready to put that enemy down instantly. I think I caught up there in that wall a little bit. But again, here, example of how being recon class, I'm still going to take on armor. Armor trumps everything in this game. If you let tanks run around freely, and if you don't do anything about them, you will lose the game. And these are the things that people love to just kind of turn a blind eye to and hope somebody else will deal with. But even as a recon class, you have an obligation to put down these incredibly powerful vehicles that, you know, change the tide and forces of the game. So being aggressive, pushing up, you saw me how I kind of flaked up, used that box, position the box between me and the tank, and I approached that tank when he was distracted with my attack chopper going after him. Again, even though I'm not in communication with any of these guys, I'm playing completely solo. You know, use the tactics of your teammates to your advantage. You know, employ them. They're there for a reason. That distraction was crucial to me approaching that tank with C4. Again, right here, this is kind of a cool little clip. I took the guy off the quad bike, and all of a sudden I have like 4 guys just coming right after me. Forgive the teabag guys. I was having a little bit of fun yesterday with these guys. But I was like, all of a sudden I have like 3-4 guys all around me, and I don't know what happened here. I get killed by the AKU, but it looked like there was some kind of rocket spamming me there, so not really sure what happened there. I really like this clip here too. I know guys up here around that bus. I kind of took some shots off of him. I'm throwing out my motion sensor out there, trying to get a beat on him. I know he's about to make a dart. He wants to get out of here. He's trying to escape, and I pull off the kill there right on the flanking run. Thought that was a pretty good example of that kill, of what this weapon's capable of doing. So again, this is a rock-solid weapon. A good loadout. Is great at medium, long-range engagements. This is that beginning clip. I'm going to show you how this clip wraps up. A real good clip here. A good example as I wrap it up here. Pushing up here towards that pole. There's lots of guys. There's a recon spawn beacon right at the base of that pole, and again, I position myself, start laying fire on those guys, and it's again just a great weapon for people that, again, look at this bolt action guy actually gets the hit on but doesn't kill me, and that's why I think this weapon's so good, because if you can't pull off that one-shot kill with those bolt actions, you're dead meat against a weapon like this. It is not going to forgive you missing. Now, if you manage to make those shots all the time, then yeah, you're going to win those engagements. But I think your average players out there, if you're like me, your aim's not the best, I would encourage you to try this weapon. I got a muzzle brake on this, and that's about it. A muzzle brake. Try to mitigate some of that vertical recoil. Forgive me if I may be wrong in this, but I don't think you can put a muzzle brake on any other sniper rifle. I wish you could put a grip on it. Bipod's the only thing you can run on it. You know, an angle grip would be even better. But all in all, you know, this compared to the Scar HSV, I showed you the stats of that beginning. The game changer of this weapon, I think it's a much better choice than running a DMR, is the simple fact that it has that 2-shot capability and 1-shot potential if you get them in the head up to 15 meters. And that makes all the difference, like I've shown you here in this gameplay time and time again, when you get in those close quarters type situations where a guy surprises you, you don't have time to switch your sidearm. you might be able to pull off that kill. Maybe not 100% of the time, but time enough that it makes it worth running over any other DMR. I feel like the fire rate on this weapon is pretty good too, just about 200 rounds per minute. So really enjoying this loadout, just enjoying the game in general, guys. Looking forward to playing more Battlefield 4. Apologize for lack of loadout uploads lately, just been busy with work. You know how it is with me. It's always quality over quantity. Hope you enjoyed this gameplay and this footage. Took me a long time to compile it and put it together for you. Again, Battlefield 4, strongly encourage you guys to come back to this game. I know the maps feel a little bit tired. You know, the problem is people just don't buy the DLC a lot of times. There's a ton of maps out there, but a lot of times the DLC maps just aren't populated. They're much more populated, I think, on console compared to PC, but all in all, I still do play on the DLC maps, and I just wholly enjoy this game. Look forward to Battlefield 5 next year. Thanks for watching, guys, and try this loadout. I will see you on the battlefield.